Hey guys, Chris Ashley. Today I'm excited we're going to do a video on the Rhino USA UTV wheel chock and tie down set. So we got this side by side a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to make sure and be able to secure it safely and securely to our trailer. And a friend had recommended this 2-wheel chock tie down set, and so far, you know, just looking at it in general, the packaging, the construction of it, I'm pretty impressed. But what I'll do is go ahead and walk you through of how we go about installing it, and then I'll tell you how I feel about it after I go in and use it some. So stick with me. So guys, as I said, this is the Rhino USA UTV wheel chock tie down kit. And it comes with the 2 ratchet straps and the wheel chocks and associated hardware. So let's see what's inside. So one of the things I have to say is that I do like the color. You know, it's this bright green color. This is one of the wheel chocks. So what I'll end up doing is putting the wheel chock behind the tire and a wheel chock in front of the tire, and then run the strap system over top of it and ratchet it down. And what it does come with here is 4 of these chocks. So I'll have one on the front and one on the back of each rear tire. It comes with 2 of the ratchet straps, so one for each tire here. Let's see. Comes also with some stickers. Everybody loves stickers. We have all the hardware that we need to install this, so this will be what's used to go through my deck boards. I think I also have one location where I have the frame system coming through that I'll probably end up having to put 2 on one wheel chock and probably 2 on the other wheel chock down through that. We also have some straps or bands here that can be used to help secure and wrap up any of the excess strap that's not necessary there when you tie it down. There's the last 2 wheel chocks. Looks like a user instruction manual, and looks like a nice little storage bag to put away the ratchet straps and secure them when you're not using them. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start going through this install. Take a look here at the instruction manual, see what's all necessary. I think it should be pretty simple, you know, with whether you're doing a cordless or an electric drill. A set of drill bits. In my case, you know, I'll be using wood bit, but also too I'll probably have to get some metal bits to go down through that frame system. And what you can see behind me is what I've already done is tried to position the side-by-side to where it's even on both sides of the trailer. It's also forward all the way against the very front. And what I plan to do is to pretty tightly chock the back of the tire so that I know that it's butted against the front frame system and also secured by the chock, so that when I roll the side-by-side in over that last chock, it sets down in and helps to secure it and lock it forward. And then the front one, I might leave just a little bit of a gap, not completely butted up against it, just so that I have a little bit of room or play in case, you know, for instance, I ever change any tires. And I might still, you know, I'll have to look. I might back it off a little bit on the rear too, just in case I do a tire change size or anything like that. But that's how I'm going to go about doing it. I think those are probably the primary tools. I'll end up, like I said, laying the wheel chocks down, marking my holes, drilling down through it, and we'll show you how I go through that process. Alright, so what I've done is I've positioned my chocks in front of the tire and behind the tire. I'm going to go ahead and mark it just using a Sharpie. The other thing you could do is use like a little hole punch or screw, nail, anything just to mark them. And then what I'll end up doing is going ahead and pulling them off, take the side-by-side back off to give me access or room. And then I'll mount the chocks here, and then we'll come back to you. So what I'll do is mark them, and then I'll end up going through and drilling. Stay with me. All right, guys, so one of the things that I learned, well, I've learned a couple different things as I've been going through this. So one thing is my deck boards are 1.5 inches thick, and the bolts or hardware that's provided is 1 inch and 3/4. So by the time I go through the chock and I have flat washers, there's almost no threads for the nylon nut. So what I did end up doing is going to the hardware store, and I got a different size bolt. I did go ahead and get grade 8 that are 2.5, and that will make sure that I have enough room for a flat washer on top. I went ahead and got flat washers since these kind of had a built-in head on it. I got flat washers to go on top. And then coming with the kit, it already had flat washers and nylon nuts, but it's a different thread size. I think these are 1/4 28 and these are 1/4 20. So I did go ahead and just get some new nylon nuts. And then I did go ahead and also get some lock washers. So my plan will be is that I'll have this go down through. I'll have a flat washer with the lock washer. And then I will have then the new nylon nut as the backer on both of these. So that's one thing that I learned is I had to, you know, see that they must be set up for a different size deck board on the trailer or trailer floorboard. The other thing also too is this front chock. I also positioned it so that it is over a steel beam that goes through under the side of the trailer. And just to go ahead and give it a little more beef or support when I go to lock these down, these are all loose right now. I went ahead and got a metal drill bit or a drill bit to go through heavier metal versus my standard wood bits that are for soft metal as well. And also too, just a nice little trick is to use a little bit of the oil. After I drill down through the wood, put a little bit of oil on top of the metal, and that helps the bit just go ahead and go through it a little bit smoother and get a little bit less bite. So that was another little thing that I did that seemed to be helpful on this. So I guess actually a third little thing I also did do is earlier I had laid these out with the side-by-side in place and marked the bolt holes with a Sharpie. And what I did is I came back through, and one of the things that I thought was a nice little thing for me is I went ahead and drilled, let's say 2 or so through. And I originally started out with a little pilot bit and then went to the larger bit. But once I drilled 2 down in, I went ahead and put down through the bolts. And again, they're not locked tight or bolted yet. But then that lets me use the chock as a guide so that I don't get off that much. And so now what I'm able to do is use it for the remaining holes to go down through with my drill bit and make sure that I'm not off a little on my hole location. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is finish drilling the rest of these out, go through the metal beam on these, and then now that I've got the necessary hardware to finish it off, I'll go ahead and torque them down. Hey guys, so I wanted to give you an update here to close out this video. I've been using the Rhino USA tie down and wheel chock system now for probably a month, 2 months, and hauling it around a good bit. I have to say that I'm very impressed with it. It's solid, secure. I love the idea of having the wheel chocks in front and behind the wheel as well. But honestly with it, I've had no issues with it really moving or doing anything. And for the ease of installation and the cost of the system, I have to say that I'm very impressed, and I'd recommend it to you for consideration for securing your side-by-side or maybe ATV or whatever on your utility trailer. So guys, hey, if you found this video useful, if you would, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. I'll be bringing you more content, and I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next video.